Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel where we do talk all things true crime. If that's something that you're into, sorry about that. If that's something that you're into, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We do talk true crime daily here. We're trying to hit 10,000 Titans so we can do our next giveaway, and we're over 9,000 right now, so we're getting there. Also, if you do appreciate today's case coverage, I hope you'll consider liking the video. It does help my channel. It really does send it out into the algorithm so more people can come in and they can watch it as well. So we went over this case on a previous live, so this is just like an update for everybody over the Chad Doerman case in Ohio from Claremont County. The father that's been accused, well, he admitted it, lined up his 3 sons and them. I don't want YouTube to zap me within the first 1 minute of being on the video. So this is the update for this case. An Ohio man has been indicted on murder charges after allegedly, which he did, lining up his 3 young sons, which were 3, 4, and 7, and shooting them, execution style. One of the boys tried to flee the scene, but he was hunted down by Chad and brought back to be shot so that everybody else could witness it, meaning their mother. On Thursday, when it happened at 4:15, a woman called 911 screaming that her babies had been shot. 3 minutes later, a driver that is driving down the road saw a young woman who was running towards the firehouse screaming, "My father's killing everybody." Deputies rushed to the scene where they found Chad Doerman sitting on his front step with the rifle next to him, just hanging out. So the 911 call has been released, and also he was indicted by a grand jury. So he's been indicted on over 20 charges. We're going to go through that. And then I'm going to play the 911 call for you guys. So these are his new charges. I'm sorry if you can't really see very well. It is a little small, but he's been indicted. He was indicted on Thursday, June 22nd, 2023 by the Claremont County Sheriff's Office, the grand jury. They returned an indictment for 9 counts of aggravated murder, all unclassified accounts. So all unclassified felonies. That way they can go back and they can put 1st degree, 2nd degree, 3rd degree. 8 counts of kidnapping, all felonies of the 1st degree. 4 counts of felonious assault, all felonies in the 2nd degree. So let me go ahead and play the 911 call for you guys. This one is going to be heartbreaking. In this episode also, they're just going to go through the case as well. So it'll get you guys kind of caught up if you don't know really what's going on with the Chad Doerman case. We will be covering this all the way through, so make sure that you hit the subscribe button and you have that bell icon alerted for all notifications, guys.
Hands down! Stand up! Stand up! Stand up! Stand up now! Stand up! Stand the up!
Stage and air crew is going to go ahead and fly whenever any inside.
Get your hands up here. Come between them. Send the air.
There's people that need first aid, and that's the shooter. He's not complying. They need to take care of him.
I got it.
They have to show him that shootout.
Man, I'm trying to hurt nobody. I'm completely sober. Never did drugs a day in my life.
21. Get the EMS over here.
Just watch as police body camera video of an Ohio father being arrested for killing his 3 young sons. Now, the 911 calls made the day of the killings have been released.
Can you tell how many people have been shot?
I think 2 children
Okay. All right. What was
that
your
I've seen.
There's a girl running down the street saying that her stepfather is killing everyone in her family.
And what did the female say to you?
And she says that her stepfather is killing everybody in her house. I did. I'm on the phone with them right now.
Did she say how or what was happening?
I asked her to get in the car with me, and she said she couldn't leave her family.
Oh my gosh. 32-year-old Chad Doerman admitted to the slayings and will be in court next week for his preliminary hearing. Prosecutors say the Doerman planned out the execution-style murders of his 3, 4, and 7-year-old sons for months.
This was the man that every day they woke up looking to for protection, love, guidance in all things. Man they trust more than any other person on earth. person they rely upon to keep them safe from harm. He was their world, he was their guardian, and he executed them in cold blood. We know that from his admission. By that same admission, Judge, he has committed one of the most monstrous, craven, cowardly acts that will ever be our misfortune to see. To make things even more disturbing, Judge, this was no haphazard act. Again, by his own admission, he planned the events of this day.
This is disgusting. Now, all 4 Doerman children were full-time members of local baseball teams, and their death have, as you can imagine, rocked the small community in Ohio where they live, leaving their coaches reminiscing about the 3 boys who were murdered and about their sister who wants to keep playing to honor their memories. Jessica Hart with our affiliate WCPO in Cincinnati reports.
In New Richmond, Ohio,
it's that small town feel.
the people who live here feel each other's pain.
They're always there wrapping their arms around everyone when there's a tragedy.
Tragedy hit the small town last week. 32-year-old Chad Doerman confessed to killing his 3 sons, aged 3, 4, and 7.
And they're just devastated, you know, and they're trying to heal, but that's going to be a very long process.
For the 2 eldest boys and their older sister, these fields felt like a second home.
He just like hitting.
Tony Brock coached the 4-year-old in T-ball.
Number 7, he was a funny kid. He always liked to joke around, kind of like his older brother. He would always, give you dirty looks. We'd play little games.
Messing around like his big brother.
There would be times where in the middle of the game, in between pitches, he'd pick up a little bit of dirt and throw it at the umpire. And I'd have to get on him and say, hey, pay attention. And he'd just look up and give me this little smirk.
Dwayne Kuhn coached the 7-year-old for 3 years. Number 99.
I saw him in the future being a pitcher, just his attitude and his tenacity out there on the field.
Striking out his competitors like his big sister.
It's really cool to watch someone that has the drive to want to continue to pitch.
Carrie Lally has coached the Doerman boys' big sister for 7 years. As hard as the past few days have been, the boys' sister has found the strength to return to the circle.
Our last week of softball, we were not going to participate in the tournament, but she reached out and wants to play and honor her brothers. So we're making it happen, and we will be playing in the tournament this weekend.
Playing for her 3 brothers as they watch from above.
Oh my gosh, how heartbreaking. Let's talk some more about this case. Now I want to bring back in my guests to chat with me, criminal defense attorney Greg Isaacs and former special agent with the Department of Homeland Security, Dr. Jason Piccolo. I think one of the most disgusting facts about this, and one very helpful fact for prosecutors, is that one of the boys tried to get away and Chad Doerman brought him back. Let's listen to the chief prosecutor in the county talking about this.
We know that one of the boys was able to flee into a field near the home. And again, we know from his admission, father hunted that boy down, drug him back to the property, and executed him in front of witnesses.
So Greg Isaacs, for anybody who's saying, oh, this guy must have just snapped and just suddenly decided to do this, maybe he's insane at the time, that takes a lot of thought to go and get the child who just ran away to try to save his life and bring him back and then make the decision to turn him around and put the rifle to his head. Isn't that going to be a problem for the defense, Greg?
Absolutely, and the prosecution did a good job of painting a picture that is going to be devastating for the defense. They used words like planning. We as defense lawyers hate when prosecutors talk about planning because planning means premeditation, first-degree homicide. The fact that he focused on bringing one of the children back really flies in the face of a potential insanity defense, whether he was suffering from a mental disease or defect. So he could not control his conduct to the requirements of the law. That has to be substantial. So you want to prove that this individual had control through this very horrific episode. But the prosecution, while talking about the heinous nature of this triple homicide, also was laying the framework for premeditation, laying the framework to debunk future insanity defense. So it'll be interesting how this plays out. But if I was a defense lawyer, I would be on the phone with experts as we speak.
Excellent analysis from you, Greg. Thank you kindly for that. I've got a clip from the middle school counselor who knows the surviving daughter talking about what she's going to be going through. Take a listen.
She's full of life, and I just can't imagine the trauma and everything that she's going to have to work through in these next few weeks, months, years.
Oh my gosh, the poor daughter, and then the mother too, who's a victim in this to a degree. We know that she was shot in the hand. Dr. Jason, I have so many questions about this because if she was present, wasn't she able to rescue them even further or do something to try to, she must have intervened to a degree, right, if she shot in the hand. I'm so curious where she was physically, how this was able to happen with her on the premises.
You know, fear. You know, when you're dealing with a firearm, you have no idea what's going to happen to you. I know me as a parent, if something happened to my children in front of me, I would do everything I can to protect them. But you never know what's going to happen when a firearm is pointed at you and your life is at stake. So I don't know. I mean, this is a tough one. She does have what appears to be a defensive wound where she's trying to stop a bullet. But how do you know, when he goes and retrieves another child to kill them, how is she not involved there? So I don't understand how this is going to go down.
That's exactly what I'm wondering. And there's not a lot of information about her. I've been looking and scouring and trying to find anything in the way of reporting on this. And perhaps we'll get some information on Monday, because on Monday, this guy has his preliminary hearing. He's being held on $20 million bond. And next week, 1 p.m. Eastern is the time. Ohio does allow cameras in court, which is fantastic. And Ohio also still is a death penalty state, although there have been some attempts to abolish the death penalty there. Nothing has been successful as of yet, and prosecutors have been asked, but they're not committing as to whether or not they're going to seek it here. But I would say this is certainly a case ripe for that.
Okay, so let me know what you guys think of this case. We have been covering it on the channel. I do live about an hour away from there, so I was thinking about going down for the court hearing. Let me know what you guys think. Should I go? Should I not go? I think this is a very interesting case. I want to know why. That's my biggest thing. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And I appreciate you guys so much for spending a little bit of your day with me. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next live or the next video. Bye, guys.